welcome to the WorldCoin Talk community. I'm Glenn, your host, and today we've got joining us Pedro from CryptoHub. We'll be diving into that shortly, but first, Pedro, maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself and how you got involved in the crypto industry.
Yeah, certainly. So, as you know, well, you don't know, I'm going to explain to you now. We started an agency, a Web3 agency, around 2 years ago. And the agency mostly focused on development. So we did a lot of the Web3 developments for our clients. And at some point, all the clients were asking for the same stuff, either tokens, staking, pre-sales, DEXs. It was almost the same development all over again. And we thought on doing our own platform that streamlined all these needs for the clients. And we thought, well, let's do a launchpad, but not just a normal launchpad. A launchpad with all the features we are doing for these clients, asking the same thing over and over again. So we did a launchpad, but it's like a launchpad with steroids and extremely versatile and flexible. And that's why we started CryptoHub Launchpad itself. I'm not sure if I can share the screen or explain a little bit more in detail, but
screen, yeah.
Let me see. It's the first time I'm doing a live here. Actually, I think I even have video option. Not sure if you guys can see me. Elgato, no, that's not it. Let me try to change the, how can I check screen share settings, speakers? Give me just 1 second. This is a little learning curve here. Well, I'm just going to screen share. Oh, awesome. Okay, so screen share this one. Let me know if you guys are being able to see it. This is basically our launchpad itself. Can you see it, Glenn?
Can you?
Terrific. Okay, so this is the launchpad we created. It's still midway, so we are still building the launchpad. We inspired ourselves on the major decentralized launchpads, such as PinkSale, Gempad, Unicrypt, DXSale, but we tried to make it way more flexible for you guys to create, launch, and raise money for your tokens. Because I'm going to give you the example for the tokens. In this case, whenever you are creating a token, you are able to select exactly the amount of features you want. You are not going to have like a bulky contract if you don't want to, right? I'm not going to need to choose from, token basic, token experience maximum, token ultimate. You create your own token, right? And you select which kind of features you want by your needs, right? And you can even deploy to another wallet. So let's say you are a developer and you want to streamline your developments and you want to cut corners basically, and you don't need to create the entire token. You can just create it here, deploy to the address you want of your client, and you can do exactly the same thing. And regarding prices, it's extremely cheap based on the market that we have right now. This is the only thing we have currently. It's the tokens and the airdrops that we are using to distribute the income for the shareholders. And this is also a great way to do a segue to these shareholders. So basically, anyone can be a shareholder of this app. So instead of being able to invest in tokens and cryptocurrency that it's volatile, as you all know, you can invest in an actual dApp, a generating revenue dApp, such as this one. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but launchpads and platforms like these that are automated, they are extremely profitable. So basically, if you do invest in a dApp like these, you are going to receive like passive income instead of investing in a token that's going to appreciate in price or depreciate in price. You have ownership of a real, let's say, Web3 business, right? That's another thing we try to differentiate ourselves with. So we created it, we market it, but we are opening the ownership of the entire dApp to everyone who wants to become an investor. A way that you can become a co-owner, let's say, or a shareholder of this project is by buying this token, which is the hub token that we created, that whenever you stake it, you're going to attain a tier. Sorry, not a tier, we call it ranks, which basically gives you access to more income and more benefits based on the amount of hub tokens you stake. I'm going to give you an example here. I could also, let me just click on the seed sale that we are currently having. There we go. So whichever rank you wish to attain, either hero, veteran, or legend, you are going to receive special perks on being on these ranks. All of them include profit platform ownership. So you are going to become an owner, either you are a hero, a veteran, or legend. And but if you go up the ranks, which is not so expensive buying on a seed sale, you are going to attain other types of benefits, such as the APY is going to be increased, obviously, because you are staking it. So you are just by staking it, besides the income from the launchpad itself that you are going to receive, you are also going to receive an APY on the tokens you have staked. You are going to receive a bonus on the commissions itself. So our launchpad has another feature that we are implementing as we speak, which is going to be appearing on the profile, which is you can refer every single thing on the launchpad and you are going to receive a commission for it, because we believe that if you generated the sale, if you generated the revenue, you should be the one receiving it, receiving a cut from it, right? So we start at 10% with people who don't have ranks, but the more you go over the ranks, you are going to receive 20, 30, 40% commission. So imagine you refer pre-sale, for example. Pre-sale, it's going to be costing 1 BNB. And by the way, the pre-sale is going to be implemented in 2 or 3 days. We are almost finishing almost 50% of the development of the launchpad is going to be made in 2 to 3 days. We just fell a little bit behind because of the seed sale, to be honest. Let's say you refer a pre-sale which costs 1 BNB, you're going to receive 0.4 BNB, and we only receive 0.6. So that's basically our mantra, right? If you made this happen, you should be rewarded for that, right? That's what we are trying to stick to. Same thing goes for the discounts. When I say discounts, it's basically the discounts that you can have on our marketing packages and our development. So the more you are owner of the launchpad, right, you should be able to receive some sort of discount because you are the owner, right? So this makes sense to me as well. There are a few perks missing here, which I'm going to show on our little image here. So platform ownership, I already spoken. Diamond access is going to be we are going to have some special and more exclusive pre-sale staking and NFTs that not most people are going to be having access to it. But if you are a veteran or legend, you are going to have access to these diamonds, okay? And diamond access and the legends rank is going to also give you the exclusive member. This exclusive member is going to give you access to airdrops from our partners. You are going to be able to join an exclusive chat on Discord just for these kind of investors, so we can show some inside opportunities on the market. And if you want to become a Twitter Gold profile, you can do it associated by us. And instead of paying $1,000 something, you are only going to pay like $60, right? Because you're going to be associated with our brand. And that's basically it. I think on an outlook, I feel that I've been speaking for a long time. But as an intro, I think this is good enough. What do you think, Len?
Yeah, that's great, Pedro. I was wondering on the 40% discount, is that so if a project stakes 100,000 hub tokens, would they be able to get a discount on launching on the launchpad?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, if a project bought 100,000 hub tokens, is that 40% discount for them to launch their project on the launchpad?
It has both. So basically, if you make a referral, you are going to receive, let's say you are a veteran, right? 40% commission. The discount is not for the creation of the pre-sale of the token. The discount is actually for separate services. Like, for example, you want to build a DEX, right? Or you want to build a decentralized wallet of your own. We have our own agency, and we are going to provide you a major discount. In this case, 40%, let's say, if you are a veteran. Actually, legend is 40%. You are going to receive discount over these services outside the launchpad itself. for example, marketing. We can either post about you, we can talk about you, we can have an AMA as well. And these prices are going to be taken into account, these discounts are going to be taken into account on these services, because the commission is already there. So if you are a veteran member or a legend member with 40% commission, you can just receive your own commission. So it's your discount. You don't need a discount on top of the discount. Otherwise, we would receive nothing.
For the whitelist spots, if I hold so many tokens, is there going to be an allocation? How will that sort of, will it be first come, first served, or is there going to be a certain amount allocated?
Oh, you mean regarding the gem, the diamond sales? Because basically, this is a decentralized. Let me share again the screen share. That's a good question, though. Hold on. I'm still trying to navigate Discord. Not Discord, sorry, Telegram. There we go. Okay. So can you still see my the homepage of CryptoHub Launchpad?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Okay. So your question was regarding the since we are staking to get access to pre-sales and new tokens launching on the project. Your question is if you are staking, you want to know the allocations for each pre-sale we are going to be hosting. The answer is simple. It's basically most sales, because we are going to have 3 types. Let me just move back to our documentation. We are going to have 4 types of Launchpad ranks, pre-sale. There we go. Pre-sale tiers. We are going to have 4 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. Only the diamond ones are going to be restricted for people who are staking our token, because the bronze, the silver, and the gold one are actually going to be open for anyone. So it's going to be first come, first served. And anyone can create it if they have the certain amount of requirements on the platform, right? If a project launches with no restrictions, it's going to be on bronze, right? If they have a smart contract audit, it's going to be silver. If they have a gold one, if they have a KYC and a smart contract audit, it's going to be gold. Only the diamond ones are hand vetted by us. So as you can see, we are always going to recommend investing on the higher possible, in diamond in this case, but we are not going to restrict people from creating on the other tiers, let's say. And this is important to know because our Launchpad also has an embedded feature. We are trying to make it as open-minded as possible for every single kind of project. So you can create, for example, a Launchpad, a pre-sale with us, and it's still unavailable, so it sucks I cannot show you. But you can create a pre-sale with us, copy the code, and embed it into your, WordPress website. And this way you can transform your WordPress website into a functioning dApp, a pre-sale dApp. And your users don't even need to come to our Launchpad to buy the token. They can buy it using, your website, right? This would be helpful, for example, for bronze, silver, and gold. If people want to use our Launchpad as a means to attract more users, they are going to fight for diamond. And in this case, diamond, yes, you do need hub tokens to have access to them, because most diamond projects we are going to have, it's going to be invited. So we are going to hunt them down, find the gems, and have them incubated on our Launchpad.
So it's a great sort of revenue model, sharing and decentralizing. It's very popular now. So if I stake my 100,000 tokens, I'm wondering how many tokens is there going to be total? So will there be, a maximum amount of people in the staking pools? 100%.
Oh, how much you are going to have access to in terms of allocation?
So, yeah, would the staking pool get pool? If people are interested, would it get to 1,000, 10,000 people? It's depending on, and I'm not sure how many tokens are going to be.
Oh, it's going to be based on the amount of hub tokens you have against the total staking amount. So you are going to have, if you do have more tokens staked, more hub tokens staked, you are obviously going to have more voting power, more income power. So the more you stake, the more income you're going to, the more ownership you're going to have over the Launchpad itself. So the more profits you are going to receive. and you are also going to be able to buy more from the pre-sales and deposit on the stakings from the Diamond one. So basically, the more you have, the more you are going to be able to do. But we cannot fix it on a certain price point or allocation. I'm not sure if I'm making myself clear.
Yeah, Pedro. I was just wondering, sort of, is there a maximum? You know, if you've got 1 billion tokens.
Oh no, yeah, you can stake it. You're going to be like a huge whale. You're going to be like a huge whale on the ecosystem. But we are trying to restrict as maximum as possible because we don't want major whales. Otherwise, they are going to be a majority of owner on the launchpad, and this way they can. I'm not speaking ill against whales. I love whales, but most of the time, people with great power, they are going to deviate the project from the important tasks. Even us, for example, I am the CEO, co-founder, and the owner of the CryptoHub and CryptoHub Launchpad. And I only own 10% of the Launchpad itself, because of this, I don't want to deviate the project from the major goals, right? I don't want to interfere my human needs or human greed, let's say, from the outline of the project itself. I want to decentralize this project as much as we can, because if we all think as a community, right, it's going to be much better into coming into decisions, right? Because we are not going to take personal stuff into account. And if we do, it's not going to be taken into account because we have 700 other people saying no. That's why we are trying to decentralize it as possible. Glenn, I think we are having some issues with your audio. I'm trying to enable noise suppression, microphone, speakers.
Am I coming through now? Or?
Okay, now I think I can hear you. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was reading about you're going to have a groundbreaking DAO. I wonder how it differentiates it from other DAOs in other projects.
Damn it, I didn't got that. Could you repeat? I'm sorry, Glenn. Probably it's on my end. I'm not sure if the communities experience the same issue, but basically Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, so it'll come through better then. I was wondering, you mentioned you're going to have a groundbreaking DAO. I was wondering how it differentiates itself from other projects' DAOs.
Well, yeah, of course. So basically the DAO, it's regarding the launchpad itself. So the more tokens you have, the more ownership you are going to have over the launchpad itself. So we are going to use the tokens as the DAO. The more you have, the more voting power and the more income you are going to receive from the launchpad itself, meaning the token is going to be the DAO. The more you have it, the more owner you are from the launchpad. This is the way we are going to use the DAO as a mechanism to control the launchpad.
Got you, Pedro. And I was wondering, on the profit share, is there something taken out for the team before it's shared with the staking pool? Is there a treasury attached to the DAO?
It is. I'm really happy you brought this up. So the income is going to be distributed as in three major parts. We are going to distribute 20% for core founders, which we have 3 people, which were basically the people who invested and created the Launchpad from the ground up. We have 30% for partners and team members. So team members as people as are working on the ground, designers, developers, brand ambassadors, moderators, and so forth. And then we have partners. For example, even you could be a partner, for example, if we would make it something like on a regular basis. But I mean, partners are going to be key opinion leaders, which are going to be associated with the project, which they are going to receive passive income from they are going to be co-owners basically as well. To help us push the market forward. And instead of paying them a certain amount of fee, we are going to pay them as ownership of the project itself. And the remaining 50% are distributed for the stakers. So 50% of the entire Launchpad revenue are going to be converted into dollars to these people who are actually buying Hub tokens and staking them. So it's impossible for you, an investor, to have more than 50% ownership of the Launchpad. Even if you bought the entire supply and staked it, and you were the only one staking the tokens. This makes it, it's like a fail-safe mechanism for us not to ruin the Launchpad, if you know what I mean. It's not because we are trying to have control over it, because believe me, team members, partners, core founders, managing these three shareholders to try to come to the same conclusion is a pain in the ass. Now imagine if you have 50 other percent in hub stakers, right? It's going this way. It's the best way, in our opinion, to control Launchpad decisions.
Definitely, Pedro. So I was wondering, are you first to market with a decentralized Launchpad revenue share model?
Could you repeat the question? Sorry, Glenn.
I was wondering if you're first to market with a decentralized Launchpad revenue share model in the market.
Yeah, we are the first one. We are the first one because most of you know we are in this ecosystem for a long time. And most launchpads, decentralized launchpads, such as Pinks, I don't want to speak ill of the current launchpads at this moment, because I know I use them as well and I love them. But there is room for innovation. And as you know, decentralized launchpads who are owned just by a couple of different people, they're going to alienate them. And over time, the project is going to be controlled by only two people. So you are on the hands of these two people and their decision and human desires and greed, right? This way, by decentralizing it, there is no way we can corrupt the launchpad, because the launchpad, it's not mine, it's not yours, it's everybody's. So imagine a real company, right, with 700 something owners and shareholders making the decisions after. By the way, I forgot to mention this, Glenn. Our profit distribution is going to be made on the beginning of each month and after an earnings call, just like a company, but we are a decentralized company on the Web3. We make the call, we explain the earnings, where did they came from, what should we do next. We make some votings if necessary, so we can move forward on the right direction. And then we distribute the Launchpad earnings on our platform.
Okay, great, Pedro. So it's open and transparent, where you have sort of like, a breakdown of what's coming each month, the projects
Exactly.
that are launched, and the share for everyone that's staking. That's great. It's a new model. It's very interesting. So how does the sort of token play into CryptoHub's Launchpad?
Yeah, so basically the token is going to be the element. It's basically the gateway for the Launchpad ownership itself and the perks that comes with it, right? So if let's imagine you are an owner of like a bar or a store of some kind, you are obviously going to have some perks and discounts because you own it, right? So you know that you are going to be able to have some benefits that others don't. That's exactly what we try to do. So besides the ownership and profit distribution, we added a few more things as if you were the owner of the store, of the Launchpad itself. And that's why we introduced the diamond ones, the commissions, the APY. That's basically how we did it. But we are trying to do everything as transparent as possible. For example, we started the project like 2 months ago when we already had 2 income distributions, which are extremely little and laughable, right? $300. It's just for tokens, for a couple, 5 or 7 tokens we have made in testings yet, and we distribute them because we are the most transparent as possible.
Okay, Pedro. And what sort of services will be on the Launchpad? Will you be doing internal KYCs, smart contracts, or will you be using third parties?
Yeah, so basically our token, if people use our token creation, the token creation factory, it's already well verified. But a fun fact about our token factory, most launchpads use just 1 or 2 contracts to create like, let's say, a pattern or a built-in contract, which is always the same. We actually have around, I think it's 400 something smart contracts inside of just our token creation, so we can give you like all the possibilities of a token, right? If you want it just to be a normal token or a normal token with a tax or a normal token with a tax and DAO or just burn, all these possibilities, it was about 400 something options. So we actually have over 400 smart contracts in our Launchpad just with the token creation feature. And what I'm trying to say is we vetted this, we audited already our contracts. So it's obviously KYC, it's obviously audited or considered audited if you use our token creation feature. And regarding the KYC, you need to do it separately. You can either go with us, because we can also do a KYC, or you can go with our partner AssureDeFi as well. We are actually trying to implement AssureDeFi as our major and main KYC partner, because we know our limits and we are good KYCing, but we are not as good as some partners. So we are trying to delegate. And we don't want to do this alone. As you can see from the entire project itself, we are distributing ownership, we are getting partners. So we clearly know we cannot do this by ourselves. So we need to get some partners and people to the inner circle to help us out. And regarding KYCs, we are going to do them, but we are going to redirect most of them if they want to do, let's say, a diamond project, right? They would need to go to AssureDeFi, which I believe you must be aware of them as well. Regarding, sorry, Glenn, regarding the remaining of the services, yeah, we do them as well, because as you know, we started as a Web3 developer company. And if you need any kind of, usually the flow that we are expecting is people create their token, they raise money on the pre-sale, and then if they need to create something else, like or a game, or a decentralized exchange, or a centralized exchange, or a launchpad, or whatever, or an NFT marketplace, we can build them as well. It's obviously going to be separate, and it's separate entities, but we are trying to be exactly what we named ourselves, a hub, a crypto hub, where you can do almost anything according to your rules.
Okay, great, Pedro. We're limited with time, so can you tell us about the Hub Seed sale and how investors can get involved?
Oh, yeah, definitely. For this, let me just share the screen really quickly. Screen share. I'm still, okay, I think this is the one. No, screen one, this is the one. Sorry for the confusion. Can you see my screen? I am on the, okay. I'm going to click on Buy Hub Token on the main page. And if you click on it, you're going to land on our seed sale page where you can actually buy the token. This is an ERC20 token, so it's on Ethereum. And I know what you're thinking. Now you need to pay extremely gas fees to buy on Ethereum, but that's not the case, because I'm even going to make a payment here just so I can show you how little it is. You put something like this, insufficient balance. I need to put something like this. You're only going to pay around, I think it's like $1, one something dollar, $2. So it's extremely cheap to buy the pre-sale itself. And you can buy with either Ethereum, USDT, or USDC. And you're going to be able to see the amount that you already bought on your profile. At this moment, I bought nothing with this wallet. This is the CEO wallet, so I'm trying to avoid using it. You can see the live sales, people buying over the time. You can see your referrals as well. So if you copy this address and you share it with someone else, you're going to receive a 10% commission. Some other people are going to receive more, but most people, if you are like a retail consumer, you can just copy paste it and you're going to earn your commission as well. The staking is going to be coming soon, but people who buy on the pre-sale, on the seed sale, the locked tokens regarding their vesting, it's actually going to be counted towards the staking. So the moment you buy on the seed sale and you have your tokens your tokens vested, you are going to have the same benefits as if you were staking. And I'm not going to explain this regarding the hubbies. It's another way to get hub tokens, but they're almost sold out, so it's not important. And we are also going to have a community airdrop, so you should check our Galaxy and Zilli campaigns. But we are only going to distribute it on November 1st, which is going to be the listing for hub tokens. So you can either buy Hub tokens on the seed sale, on the IDO, which we are going to have on 2 major launchpads we cannot disclose at this moment. And then on November 1st, we are going to list it on a centralized exchange we also cannot disclose, and on Uniswap. Okay, and I think that's basically it.
So you are going to have a pre-sale. That's great. So I was going to say some people won't be wanting to connect the wallets to a website to get involved in the seed sale, but there is better prices to be had there before the pre-sale. But you are going to have a pre-sale after that. If investors
so we are going to. Yeah, so we have this idea. We have this seed sale at 0.003, and then we are going to have an IDO on other launchpads. We cannot disclose them, but they are tier 1 launchpads, and they are not centralized at all. And it's going to be 0.005, so it's almost double the money. For the most brave ones, I would definitely recommend buying the seed sale. First of all, because the seed sale is only 15% of the total supply, so hopefully it's going to sell out fast. And even if it doesn't, most of the team members inside people are going to buy it themselves because they want to become owners. So I truly do recommend people buying on the seed sale, because this is in my opinion, as an investor over 5 years, it's an extreme gem. So just look at the market cap and fully diluted market cap, and you're going to understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay, great, Pedro. Let's take a couple of questions. Let's see if we've got Syed here.
Let's do it.
A question for Pedro. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, it's stated on your website that project owners will be able to register their Web3 companies with ease and ensure compliance with local regulations using your registration platform. So I was wondering, are there any partnerships or collaborations with regulatory bodies or legal experts that CryptoHub has established to enhance the compliance aspect of the registration service?
Hi, Sid. Thank you so much for this question, man. It's really a good question. That's one reason why we haven't disclosed, we haven't built or released the company registration. The company registration is actually being aimed to be released around the end of this year, and that's exactly the reason why we want time so we can basically have access to these partnerships or governmental partnerships, so we can establish them and make it actually happening, right? The point of registering a company on the Web3 is because everything is going to be documented and untampered with, right? But we need to make it possible to be some sort of, it's going to be obviously a decentralized autonomous company, right? It's not an organization, it's going to be called company. And unfortunately, I cannot give you much detail at this time, but over time, if you tune in, you're going to understand exactly what we are trying to do.
Yeah, it's understandable. Thank you so much for answering.
You're welcome, Seeds.
Thanks for the question, Said. Next up, we've got Western Beast. You had a question. Pedro, go ahead.
Hi, Pedro. Amazing insight shared. Wishing you guys the best as you launch your Launchpad. I also want to ask him one question regarding your Twitter verification portfolio. You made mention of the fact that if people sign up to that exclusive tier package, they get to be an affiliate of CryptoHub. What happens when the project things start to not go as planned? Will you remove that badge from them?
Awesome question, Western. This is actually one of the best questions that we had, because as you know, Gold Twitter, it's only for organizations. So we are going to have a golden Twitter starting in 2 or basically on listing, we are going to activate our Gold Twitter package. And as you know, most Gold Twitter accounts, they can have affiliates, which they are going to have both the golden Twitter as well, same as us, but with a little logo from us on their profile. And we are going to open this up to all, I think it's the last one, it's Legend. So to all Legend rankers, right? But it's going to be paid on a monthly basis. So at some point, if the project removes themselves from being the legendary rank, we are not going to refresh their golden package associates. I hope this answers your question, Western.
Yes, it does. Thanks, Pedro. I do have a few more questions. I'll be asking them.
Go ahead.
Wishing you guys the very best.
Terrific. Thank you.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time. It's been great speaking to Pedro from CryptoHub. I do really like the project and the way it's entering DeFi. It's hugely expanding. I'm hoping DeFi is going to take over in the future. So with a decentralized launchpad, that's a great idea, and I'm looking forward to keeping an eye on this in the future. As we say, WebCoin Talk is for education and research, it's not financial advice, but we recommend you check out the website, the white paper, and if you've got any questions after the AMA, we've got the socials links as well in our main chat, and we've got a link, I think, as well to the seed sale if you're interested in getting involved. But yeah, we do recommend you do your research first and ask any questions from the team in the socials. Thanks very much for coming today, Pedro. It's been great speaking to you.
Thank you for having me, Glenn. It was a pleasure. And I'm sorry to run off the clock so quickly. I love to talk.
No, it's great. Right, so I'll finish the recording, send over a copy for you to share with your community. I'll send that into the
Terrific.
chat.
That would be awesome.
Okay, take care.
Thanks, Glenn. See you on the next one. Cheers.
See you later, Pedro.